Q&A, raise your hand, and you can ask it. Yes?
Have you considered reviewing The Princess Bride?
Have I considered reviewing The Princess Bride? It's a good movie. You know, I have a, you mean do something like what I do with Hook, you know, where it's like I like it, but I still make fun of it. You know, there's a few things I can make fun of. There's a few things that don't hold up, but that's part of the charm. It's like the lame music, the lame sets and stuff. It's part of the charm of it, so it's too good. I can't touch it, and people would kill me. So, yeah, I'll probably stay away from that one. Yes, lecture. Not the lecture.
I was wondering if you had ever considered doing like a Channel Awesome convention.
A Channel Awesome convention. We've talked about it. At some point, you know, we're constantly so busy. We want to do one. It's just finding the right time to do it. I mean, especially we found out with Suburban Nights, like these yearly anniversaries just sort of get bigger and bigger, and we're trying to prepare earlier and earlier.
That's what I was thinking, like in lieu of one of the year anniversaries.
Oh, you need to do a con on top of the good cheese. That'd be tough. No, at some point, no, we definitely talked about doing it. We love to do it. It's just finding time to do it. I mean, there's just stuff is constantly popping up, and you know, as the company grows, you know, we'll be able to sort of spread out our responsibilities a little bit more. Like, okay, this person will be able to handle this thing, this person will be able to handle this thing. But for the most part, you know, it's still pretty tiny, and we, you know, several people do several roles. So it's tough now, but I think we definitely want to, and we like to at some point, just fly up into the producers out and interact with people. So we love to. At some point, we'll probably get to it, but there's nothing like in the near future plan. But we'd like to. So yeah, let's do Shaggy.
Out of curiosity, which of your videos do you actually have the most fun doing?
You mean just in general?
In general, like, do you have more fun with the actual reviews or the countdowns or the new versus old?
It's sort of, the question was what videos do I like doing the most? The easiest is probably the bum reviews, because they're just, I don't know why that character is so easy to do. I don't know what it is, but he's just so optimistic and so happy, and he can say anything because he's a homeless guy and he's a bum, and so, you know, Parmesan cheese, ooh, I smoke it, you know. I get the laugh. I mean, it's like, I don't know what I mean, I just say it, you know. As a guy's a little similar, because, I mean, after that, like, I turn my brain off, and I just go and do Ask That Guy, and just like, I don't care what I say, just say it, and then I never watch him again. I figure if I watch it, I just feel, oh God, I'm horrible. No. So I just stay away from those. But I guess the bum review, though, I don't like wearing the outfit because we have to be in the lights that long with the wig and stuff like that. It does get a little hot, but the videos I like the most when they turn out are the nostalgia craze. Those are my favorite. But yeah, probably the easiest, especially when I go to a con, I mean, I do a video or something, probably the funnest one to do is the bum, because I mean, you can just, you know, make up anything and people will like it. So yeah, that's probably my favorite. Let's see. Oh, in the back, Blondie.
Were you thinking about using other alternative characters for
I'm going to ask him a question. Is it okay if you
Alternative
hold my
characters
camera?
for Suburban Nights, the ones I picked.
It's already recording.
Well, so I knew for any joke we didn't, or any character we didn't go with, we slipped in a joke. Like with Lindsay, I know I would say you're either Arwen or the sister from Narnia, because you're her, you know, doppelganger, you know, dead ringer. So we just slipped that in, just like, you know, well, you do look like the sister from Narnia. Oh yeah. Everyone else, I think for the most part, the other one we had a problem with was Paw, because I didn't know what to give him, and then I was just like, oh, maybe the Goblin King, that'd be good. So I think the Goblin King is like, oh yeah, that'd be great, I love it. And then Justin came out with his video as the Goblin King. I was like, well, he has to do it now, there's no choice, because he was so good at it, he had the costume and everything. And then finally we came up with, we were sort of working with, like, what can we do? We finally came up with Jeremy Irons. And I'm so happy. He does that impression so well. I mean, because his voice is already so gravelly and stuff. So I'm really glad how that turned out. But for the most part, what we came up with was exactly that. I knew I had to be Link, because the visual was too funny. And Lord knows I wanted to flash all the world. So, so that turned out well. Let's see. Let's do over here in the back.
would you be interested in checking out other Ohio-based conventions like OhioCon or ColossalCon?
A lot of people keep telling me about OhioCon. Honestly, the way I work is, believe it or not, I don't go looking for the cons. They find me. If they contact me and they say, can you come out, and ask me, well, what's your appearance fee? What's your requirements? Just light hotel. I don't need much of it. I like interacting with the people and stuff like that. And all, seeing the artist alleys, all those cool things. So if they invite me, I'll probably go. They are stacking up, which is weird. I mean, just the past year, I think it has something like 12 conventions this year. It's like, when did that happen? So, so they do stack up. So I say get to me early. But yeah, if they invite me, I'll probably go. So put in the word. It's White Ranger.
Is it okay if I give you a little bit?
Yeah, as long as it's not ticking. Go, we got it. Gotta play whistle with it, or? Oh,
White Ranger stole my idea.
Thanks for stealing the idea.
I have a scrapbook of bad critic. Every time we go to a con, it's just like, and people are always so disappointed. So don't take it the wrong way. I mean, because so many people have tell me like, oh, it's like, no, it's great. I love getting them. Next question. You the guy pointing at himself.
What's the worst movie you've seen this year?
This year?
And why?
In terms of like what I've reviewed on the show, or just in
Even
theater?
if it's like something that you haven't reviewed, just like new, I don't know.
Movie I really hated. Just for the dullness of it, I really hated Cowboys vs. Aliens. A movie with that title, how can you make that boring? It's like James Bond and Indiana Jones. Okay, they did in Last Crusade, but still, they're together and there's aliens, and it's dull as hell. I really hated that one. I have to tell you a funny story. I don't even think he knows this, but the last convention I went to was the, I'm sorry, you're a fast runner. Last convention I went to before this one was in Canada, and Noah was going to be there. And he said, yeah, I might go to the midnight screening of Cowboys vs. Aliens in case we want to do a crossover review or something like that. So, okay, so I'm thinking, I better go see it too in case we want to do something. So I go to the midnight, and the flight's at like 5 a.m. or it's like so early, so I'm like, I'm going to be up anyway. So I go, I see it. I don't want to see it anyway. I mean, but it's terrible, it sucks. I call Noah, though, and I say, hey, there's some aliens looking for gold, so maybe we can tie it in with, like, the Cyclones or something. He's like, oh, I didn't go see it. So, but it turns out, I didn't tell him I was going to go see it, so, I mean, it's like, it's my own dumb fault, but at the same time, just like, I'm going to skip that movie. All a waste of time. Stupid, dumbass. Hey, next question. Yes, White Bear.
Me? Oh, cool.
Oh,
Okay.
the other White
I
Bear.
didn't know
Okay, calm down. I gotta get through this.
What's the greatest movie you've ever seen in your life?
The greatest movie I've ever seen in my life! That's a hard question. Now, do you mean my favorite movie or like the greatest movie? Because I think there is a difference.
Sure.
Both. Okay, my favorite movie is called Brazil. Okay, that's a much bigger reaction I usually get. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty much if 1984 was funny. So it's really dark, really messed up. I love it. In terms of like what's the greatest movie, like holy smokes, there's so much that film holds. Something like maybe, was it Troll 2? Well, obviously. Something like maybe The Seventh Seal or something like that. I think is really something. Or what's another good? There's so many good movies out there. Kane would probably be up there. That was more monumental, but it does still hold up, and I do love watching it. I'll say Seventh Seal, because I think there's a lot going on in that movie. It really is just so superbly done. That's probably like one of the great all-time. So I haven't seen Seven Samurai. Everyone says I have to, and I'll get to that at some point. Other question.